Hi, it's Elizabeth from Tyne Valley Motorhomes, and today we'll be doing the handover video of the Swift Voyager 494. The first thing you'll come to is your hookup point. When you're hooking your vehicle up, you want to hook your cable up to the vehicle first by lifting the collar and then sliding it on, and then connect your cable to the mains. And then when you're disconnecting, disconnect the cable from the mains first and then the hookup point, so you're not walking around with a live lead. Just below your external shower point is your toilet cassette. So as long as the blade on the inside of the toilet is shut, you can pull the blue lever up and slide it out gently. To empty, you just want to unscrew the cap, tip it up, and as you're doing so, press this blue button in. Just allows some air in and stops it from glugging. Then want to give it a good rinse out with some fresh water, and then before you put it back in the cap, before you put it back in the cassette, you just want to put some blue or green liquid in your cap, pop it on, and then you can push it back in and it's ready for use again. So to use your external shower, you just want to get your external shower out of the garage, and then make sure you've got your fresh water tank filled up and you've got your water pump turned on the inside. And then all you have to do is just align it up, pull this little green lever down, push it on, make sure it's fully connected and that it's not going to come out, and then you've got your external shower ready for use. To remove it, you just want to pull the green handle and just pull it out, and then you can drain the water out of the tap. The back of the vehicle, we've got your large garage. On the inside, we've got some tie down rings to tie any large objects down. We've got internal lights here. To use the bike rack, you just want to pull the base down and then pop each bike on and put these straps through the wheels to keep them secure. Put your first bike on with the handlebars on one side, and then the second one with them on the other side, and then again one side and then the other. And then you've got your 4 handlebar straps to make sure they're all secured in before travelling. In the garage on the passenger side, we've got a 3-pin, 12-volt and some USB sockets as well. Freshwater inlet point, so you want to use a key to unlock it, and then you just twist the cap off, and then you want to use a hose and some adapters, as some sites just provide the brass tap. You can then put your hose pipe through there and fill it up all the way full, or just as much water as you need, and then pop your cap back on and then lock it in place so no one can tamper with your fresh water. If you can't reach the site's tap, you can use the water pump just beside it here. Plug it in, and as long as you've got your water pump turned on the inside of the vehicle, you can put your hose pipe into an aquarol or a bucket of water and fill your freshwater tank up that way. So on the driver's side of the vehicle, you've got your gas locker. This will hold 2 6-kilogram bottles. When you're tightening up your pigtail, remember it's left to tighten, right to loosen, opposite way round being gas, and you want a spanner just to nip the pigtail up nice and tight. And then on here you can see you can open and close the gas on and off. If you've opened your gas bottle but you're not receiving gas in the vehicle, just check this little yellow toggle here. It's just a crash valve, so if it comes out, just push it in, hold it down for a couple of seconds, and you should get a flow of gas through the vehicle. And then when you're putting your gas bottle on, remember to strap them in so they don't rattle around when it's moving. Under the van, just behind your back wheel, you've got your fresh water drain off point. So if you twist the handle around, you'll see that all the water's draining out. You want to do this when you're winterising your vehicle, so no water's left in your tanks over winter to freeze and cause frost damage. In front of your rear wheel is your dirty water drain off point. So again, you do the same as you do with your fresh tap. You can drain this off when you're leaving a site, so you're not travelling home with the extra weight of dirty water that you're not going to need. And again, when you're winterising your vehicle, you don't want to leave any water left in the tanks. Here's your external barbecue point, so you'll want a hose and some adapters to connect to your barbecue and Cadillac, and then when you've got a flow of gas through the vehicle, you can connect it up, turn it on, and you can use the barbecue outside. So just on the outside of your passenger door, you've got your diesel filler, and then you've got your AdBlue. if you go to petrol stations where they take Arctic lorries, you can find AdBlue on the pump cheaper than it is in a drum. And the inside of your passenger door, you've got a little bit more information. To open the bonnet, you want to use your ignition key. Turn it left to release, and then turn it right, and at the same time lift the bonnet up. And the main things you want to focus on is your screen washer fluid, your power steering fluid, your oil, your dipstick, and you've got your positive and your negative down here if you need to give or receive a jump start. So the first thing you want to do when you get into your vehicle is turn your main control panel on with the on button. Then from here you can turn your internal light switch on and off. You've then got individual rocker switches to turn the lights on and off throughout the vehicle. Next to that you've got your levels. So here you can see your wastewater, your fresh water, and then your vehicle and leisure battery. You've got your water pump here to give yourself a pressurised flow of water throughout your vehicle. And then if you're going to be using the vehicle in the winter months, you can put the tank heaters on. It won't heat the water to hot, it just keeps it tepid and stops it from freezing. And then at the top here we've got your awning light. To use your Truma heating system, on your home screen you've got a couple of different symbols. Whichever's flashing is the thing that you can select. So at the minute you've got the vehicle with the thermometer, so that's your internal temperature. So you can scroll from off all the way up to 30 degrees. Whatever temperature you want, get to it and then click the button again to select. Then you scroll across to the 3 lines and the thermometer, which is your hot water. So you can have it off, eco, hot or boost. If you put it on boost, it will take the energy away from the heating and focus solely on the hot water for half an hour. Next you've got a gas ball and some lightning bolts. That's your power source, so you can have just gas, 1 kilowatt of electricity and gas, 2 kilowatts of electricity and gas, or just 1 kilowatt of electricity or 2 kilowatts of electricity, and again select by pressing the button. Next we've got your fan speed, so you can have eco or high. This just blows the air around quicker. And then you can set your time and a timer, and then if you ever get a little triangle here with an error, scroll through to your spanner, click on it, and then go to reset, then preset. This will wipe the error off, but also it will cancel everything that you've set, so you'll have to go in and redo it. But this can happen if you've run out of gas, if you've not turned your gas on, if you've selected electricity but you're not hooked up. So here we've got all 3 gas burner hobs working. You can also turn, so here we've got all 3 gas burner hobs working. Just remember, once you've turned them all off, wait until the metal's fully cooled before you put the glass lid down, as it can shatter the glass if it touches it when it's hot. To light either your grill, oven or your hobs, you just want to push the dial in, hold the igniter down, and then you've got your oven working here, and then do the same with the grill to light it. To turn your Dometic fridge on, you just want to hold the power button down until the blue lights come on. Then from here you can select whatever power source you want by clicking mode. So you can have it on auto, which will pick the best power source it has at the time, or you can manually switch it to vehicle battery, gas or hookup. And then if you want to change the temperature, you just press the little thermometer button. So 1 is about the warmest, 5 is the coldest. When you're first freezing your fridge, turn it up to 5 to get it up to temperature quicker. But then when you've got your food in, turn it down to about 3, as 5 will be too cold and it can form ice in the fridge with the food. At the back of the vehicle we've got your large island bed, and we've got cupboards on either side and 2 above your headspace. And we've got some drawers underneath, And we've also got a mirror, and we've got your cupboard as well, with hanging space for any of your clothes. And then underneath your bed you've got even more storage. In the bathroom you've got the toilet. Just make sure you've got a fresh tank of water and your water pump on, and then you can press this blue button and you'll get a flow of water into the toilet. You can then open the blade, pulling this grey lever across. When the cassette's full, you'll get a red light on here indicating that it's ready to be emptied. Above the toilet you've got a nice little cupboard, and you've got your mirror, your shower head, and you've got your sink. When you've used your tap, just make sure that you allow all the water to drain out before you put the sink up, so it doesn't all spill out and go onto the floor. So on the other side you'll find your boiler drain down, which is just this little yellow toggle here. So if you pull that up, directly up, it will drain the boiler down. You can do this when you are winterising your van. You want to make sure all the water's out, and at the same time open up your taps, so your kitchen tap and your bathroom tap, just to make sure there's no water left in any of the pipes so you don't get any frost damage. And then just behind it you've got your leisure battery. In the dining area we have your table that you can remove to make into travelling seats. So you just lift the table off the rails and then you pop it in the back out of the way, and then you've got your travelling seats. To get the bed above the cab down, you just want to gently pull on the frame, gently pull. Then you want to grab the ladders. Once you've grabbed the ladders, you can just slot them in the two hooks in here, and then you can easily get into bed. And then to put the bed back, you just gently push it up, and then when you're travelling you can lock it in place with two straps on either side of the bed. So in your settings, in the radio settings, you can pick specific things you want to come on. So you can have traffic announcements, you can have news announcements, you can have your radio text, you have your EPG, you can have slideshow, and quite a few others. So if you select them to come on, they will come on. If you turn them off, they won't appear. The next one is clock settings. So obviously here you can change the hour, change the minutes, go from AM to PM. You can either have it on a 24-hour mode or a 12-hour clock, depending on your preferences. You can have your auto time updated, or if you're going on holiday and you want to change it yourself, you can change it automatically or manually. If you want to add your phone to the radio,
search for your vehicle on your device and select it once it is found.
You can follow the instructions on the radio and on your phone to link the phone to the radio through Bluetooth. You've also got your general settings, so you can change your language. You can change your temperature from Celsius to Fahrenheit. It'll also show your tyre pressures in bar, kPa and PSI. You can turn the beep on and off if you touch things, if you want to. You've got your sync information, you can send feedback, and you can even reset if you want to. Next thing you can adjust in settings is sound. So if we turn the radio up, you can increase different things like your mid-range or your bass. So if you turn your bass up, there'll be a slightly stronger bass sound. You can also change your adaptive volume off, low, medium or high. Next one is display. So So you can increase or decrease the brightness. And then you can even have, you can pick day mode, which will have the back screen white. You can pick night, which is the dark blue, or you can have it in auto, so it will automatically go white background for the day and then a dark blue background for the night. The next one is your vehicle settings. So you've got your serial number, you've got your remote start, if you've got your Ford Pass connected. You can have your wipers set to rain sensing on the screen or off. You can change the brightness of the cockpit. You have dark or all the way up to the full brightness. You've got your locks, so you can pick whether it auto locks itself, it doesn't unlock itself. And you obviously turn your passenger airbags on and off. Your next one is connectivity. So you can connect through data or analytics. You've obviously got your phone to Bluetooth, wireless app projection, and then you've got your Wi-Fi. So next we've got the vehicle hotspot. You can go through different settings through here. And you can see your data usage and then turn the hotspot on and off. Emergency assist would be used if you've been in an accident. So you can preset it so that if you are in an accident, the device will try and connect you to emergency services through any phones that have been connected or paired to the radio. You can also put your vehicle in valet mode. The software updates means you can get your updates through the radio, so you can check if it's ready to be updated, or you can even just put it on automatic updates, which will update everything when you are connected to the internet. Last one in your settings is the Ford Assist. So you can wake the Ford Assist. You can set a specific word, such as OK Ford. You can select a preferred wake word. You've got your advanced mode. And a couple of other voice command bits that you can look through as well. Next thing we're going to look at is the features. So we've got drive modes. So here you can select whether you want to drive normal, eco, slippery in sort of wet weather conditions or icy conditions, and then towing. The next one is your driver assistance. So you've got your auto start stop, you've got your traction control, you've got your speed limit assistant, you've got your lane keeping system, pre-collision assist, you've got your rear view camera, you even got wrong way alert, and then finally driver alert. The last one is owner's manual, so you can flick through all the different categories to find the information that you require. The next one we're going to look at is apps. So you can go through your Apple
Search
CarPlay.
for your vehicle on your device and select it once.
You have Android
Search for your
Auto.
vehicle on your device and
You've got help if you need some help. And you can also search for other mobile apps, but you will need Wi-Fi or Bluetooth to be connected. On the left hand side, it will also tell you your driving. So it will give you out of 100% your acceleration, your deceleration and your speed. If you scroll down, it will show you if you're paired to a phone, and if you scroll down again, it'll just show you what radio station you are currently listening to. If you want to change radio stations, you can easily scroll through, or if you click this little magnifying glass, it will come up with a list of all the stations available, and you can scroll through and find the one you want to listen to. Running along the bottom of your radio is your climate control. So on the far left, you've got your fan speed. So you can have all the way off to 7. You can then turn your AC on or off. You can even pick where you want the air to go, so you can have it on your windscreen, your body, your legs, or you can have it on all 3. You can have the blowers on max from here as well. You've got auto, so you can pick the different levels down here as well. You can circulate the air on the inside of your vehicle, and then on the far right you've got temperature, which from about 30 degrees, and then you can scroll all the way down to about 15 degrees. Once you've taken the keys out of your ignition after driving, or if you've just been using radio, it won't turn off with the on and off button. It just turns the audio on and off. So to get the radio to shut down and turn off, you want to open your driver's door. You'll see there, it's turned off. When you want to go from park to reverse or drive, you just turn the dial round and you'll see that the light comes on. If you want to go to manual, just press the button in the middle and it will be on drive manual, and then click the button again to go off. When you pop it into reverse, you'll hear the beeping and your reversing camera will come on your dashboard. So when you are in manual, to change through your gears, you just press the plus or minus. So on here you can see it's M1. If you press the plus, it goes to 2, and then down. So when you've got your ignition on, you can flick through your menu on your dashboard. So you just press the 3 lines and then click OK and up and down when you're going through different menus. So from here, if you want to check things like AdBlue, your oil, tyre pressure. So if you click on AdBlue and OK, it will tell you how many miles you've got until you need to refill. And then other things like trip economy, you can see your fuel economy. And you can flick through different settings on here as well. Just to the right of your steering wheel, we've also got the automatic handbrake. So to turn it on and off, you want to have your foot on the brake pedal, and then you can push the button in to take the handbrake off, and then pull the button to push the handbrake on.